we're going to testify, and I want you to be able to testify.
Okay.
So testify about what was one of the most hurtful experiences that you had in corporate America and what you learned from it.
So this wasn't in corporate America. Well, I was in a corporation, but it was a client, actually. So I was a pharmaceutical sales representative, and I had a client who made very inappropriate comments and rather demeaning comments in front of people as I was training them on the science of the drug that I was teaching.
Gotcha.
And
so up there, set up
there,
doing your thing.
And I mean, I have a biomedical science degree and know what I'm talking about. I knew the science. I had studied and really researched and really did know, what I was talking about. I wasn't just reciting. And so there was a hurtful comment, again, focused on the way I looked and those kind of things, made demeaning me. And at the time, I didn't know how to handle it. So I just laughed, which a lot of people say, sometimes people will laugh as a defense mechanism. And then people will say, see, they weren't offended. But you don't know what to do. And so you're nervous and you're uncomfortable and you don't know what to do. So sometimes the only reaction you have is to laugh and move on.
Yeah. Yeah. Uncomfortable.
But then I went in the car and just cried.
Yeah.
Because I thought, what in the world? It was just really. So to me, that was really hurtful and difficult to deal with. At a young age, you don't know what to do. Fast forward that was probably almost 20 years ago, I would have a lot more resources to handle it now.
Yeah.
And I probably would have, in that case, it was so bad, I would have said, look, we're not going to do that.
Right.
I probably would have addressed that.
Right. Yeah. Had some words.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah. Had some words at that time and how to handle it.
Yeah.
And
another really hurtful, and I'm not afraid to admit this, is that my first promotion into senior management, I had worked really hard to get there. I moved, took a job. I was accused of having an affair with my boss, who was a male. That was extremely hurtful.
Oh, yes.
Because I knew him, his family, his wife, but I was accused of that. Again, it was like, would I be accused of this if I were a male? What is it? There were a lot of hurtful issues there because I had worked so hard to get to that position. I was so excited about it, and it took away all of the excitement.
So that goes back to a little bit of that gentleman saying the thing in the first place. You're saying, well, she's
Trigger.
a lot better looking, this little trigger thing. Like, are you again, like, is there something about me that's different, something that I can pinpoint? Why are people treating me like this?
Right. Yeah. So yeah, hurtful.
And the assumption placed, like no one's even gotten a chance to get to know me. Girl, that happens all the time in the church. Everybody just assume and judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, now, granted, some of the people might have felt like I was not experienced enough or too young or whatever to take the position. So they immediately went to, there must be another reason this person's getting this job rather than this person's worked really hard to get here and earn this at a younger than we expect age or a younger than experience. So there's triggers that we all have based on those hurtful experiences. I'm able to deal with them now, recognize my own triggers, and then it's much easier than it was back then.
Yeah. Well, testify. Thank you very much for sharing that, sister.
Yes.
I know that took great courage and strength.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Well, so
I bet I wouldn't have been accused of that if I had this hair.
I know you wouldn't have, right? They'd just be like, whatever. There's like hair like that. She ain't having no hair. She would just passed you over. So okay,
She must be really smart.
She must be the smart one.